Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost. Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 1990, the year I graduated from high school. The album, Dad. AF. So I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs. What? What's going on? Oh my God, my voice. Oh my God. I was driving around today. I've lost my voice because I was listening to all of my old, what's going on? The Peter Brady version. If you don't know what I'm referencing, that's when Peter Brady's voice cracked, you know, on the Brady Bunch. Did y'all watch that back in the day? Anyway, Sure Jan. Everybody uses the Sure Jan little meme, but I don't think anybody really actually remembers that episode of the Brady Bunch. I mean, I do, because I used to watch it every day after school. When I was, woo! First of all, I need to use my new fan. Somebody sent me this brand new Beast, Alyssa Edwards fan. And if you want to see what else I got in my post office box, I did a huge post office box unboxing. People were so kind, you guys. I got some of the coolest stuff, and people were so nice. And I always say, listen, you don't have to send me anything. Don't send me anything at all. But I wanted to show it because I just think it's so nice when people do send me stuff. So I put that up on my Peter Does Stuff channel. You can go over there and see it. But I was sent this fan, isn't that? Listen to the whip of this fan. So anyway, I digress. I was driving around today, you know, as I do, drinking my coffee, talking to my good Judy's on the phone. And I was listening to like all of these songs from back in the day. Do you remember like that Ziggy Marley song? Tomorrow People. I saw Ziggy Marley in concert, true story, okay, with Tin Roof, Rusted, the B-52s at Deer Creek in Indianapolis. And you know, I was sitting here, I was listening to all these songs that are now like coming out on TikTok, and they're becoming like, I don't know, like famous again, like Stevie Nicks and Dreams, or that was Fleetwood Mac and Dreams, I guess. But you know, all these songs that are coming out and they're famous again, and I was like, I remember where I was, like, listening to these songs when I was, like, these are all songs of my youth, right? And I was listening to, like, tell it to my heart, tell me I'm the only one. I can make your body rock. Do you remember that? We would slide on the dance. These were songs they played in the clubs, y'all. They played them in the clubs. Sophie B. Hawkins, damn, I wish I was your lover. Do you remember these songs? Oh my God. Listen, if you remember these songs, okay, from back in the day, not just hearing them on the oldies station, okay? But you remember when they came out and they were the jam. We would drive around, you know? We would drive around and we would like wait for these songs to come out. And when I was younger, way younger, okay? And I would listen to like Culture Club and all the, and Melissa Manchester and Toto and those bands and stuff like that. We would call like, do you guys remember being at home on a Friday night and you would call late night love songs and you'd be like, yeah, could you please play, you know, like, Culture Club's Karma Chameleon, and he'd say, yeah, who does this song go out to? And you go, Peter, because you just wanted to hear your voice on the radio. Do you remember that? And then you would tape it. You would tape the guy saying it, because then you were like famous. See, you were like YouTube famous, and then look at me now, 30, 40 years later, here I am, you know? But anyway, so I was driving around listening to all that music, so damn, wish I was your lover. Ooh, that's not how it goes. I have lost my voice from singing today. All right, let's get into this video. This is not going to be the world's longest video today. I know my videos are averaging now at about 50 minutes or something like that. But today's video is going to be a little bit shorter than that. We're going to talk about Jeffree Star, the Lonely Doll, here in just a second. Before I get into that, though, I did want to give out one birthday shout out, and that is to Nikki, who tweeted me today and said, good morning, it's my birthday. The best present I have received so far is Taco Bell brought back potatoes to their menu today, so I got to start my 27th year with a cheesy fiesta. Have a good day, Peter. So happy birthday, Nikki. I hope you have the best birthday in the entire world. I actually just got back from Taco Bell, where I reviewed their new wild strawberry lemonade freeze. And he gave it to me for free. It was so nice. He was like the nicest guy in the entire world. So I reviewed that over my review channel, so go check that out. It is hot in here. It is, woo! It is hot as beans up in this house. Damn, I wish I was your lover. I remember this one summer. This is a true story, okay? Not to call out a friend of mine. But me and this girlfriend of mine and her boyfriend, it was always like me and my girlfriend and then like their boyfriend got pulled into our shenanigans, hocus pocus, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Speaking of Alyssa Edwards, she always says all that stuff. But anyway, we were driving around, and this was before I got sober, okay? I had quite a few spirits that night, let's just say that. And I remember sitting in the back seat of her car, and he had this huge sunroof, you know? And we both had our feet out the window of the sunroof, and we were just at the top of our lungs singing that song. That was like a dreamy summer night, you know? Then things turned south, and Peter had to get sober, so that was about a year before I got sober. And I remember that friend, she tried so hard to... She bought me that O'Doul's beer and everything. It's like 3% beer, you know? It's near beer. It still has alcohol in it. I don't drink that stuff. I'm a Puritan when it comes to anything habit forming. I don't take no cold medicine. I don't drink that near beer. I don't drink none of that stuff. But you do you. You do you. But like back in the day, my friend and her boyfriend, they were so nice. They tried so hard. Anything to get me off the sauce, you know? Anyway, she didn't know I had to go into intensive treatment, but I did. And she's still one of my good friends today, and so I love you. You know who you are if you're out there. Damn! Wish I was your love. Well, not really. But we had some good times back in the day. Y'all, my battery died already, okay? On the heels of me coming home from doing this review video of the Wild Strawberry Lemonade Freeze, and before that I had done my vlog, and I forgot to replace my battery-o. Battery-o. What is a battery-o? I don't know, but I had forgotten to replace my battery. I can't speak today. I had forgotten to replace my battery, and I was sitting here, and I was like, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and the camera turned off, and I was like, what? I didn't even see the flashing of the light of the battery, the batteria. The battery light. All right, it doesn't matter. So let's get into the video, shall we? All right, before I do, I want to address a comment that I got on my video about James Charles, and I think this is actually from somebody that isn't like for or against James Charles. But just because I think that there are a lot of people that really don't remember maybe, and I don't know if that's true of this person or not, but don't really remember like the history of how things work and whatever, I think it's an important comment because every day there are new people that are following James Charles, that are following Jeffree Star, that are following Shane Dawson and following these people, right? And so it's important that you guys know the truth of what has happened in the past, because this is where I think they bank on the fact that new people will come along and that the people that have been around will go away and they will forget, okay? The truth of what really happened. So I got this comment, and this was in regards to Ethan Klein suggesting that James Charles did a sponsored video for Chipotle because he had tweeted at Chipotle Tweets. Now, this is becoming a huge deal, okay? A lot of people are chiming in about, you know, should people contact sponsors and things like that about... And this has happened in the past, okay? This happened with Manny, this happened with Laura, this has happened with Shane, this has happened with a lot of people. You know, should sponsors be contacted about problematic behavior of influencers so that they basically are saying, you shouldn't be supporting this person anymore, right? I will say this, I think it's an interesting conversation that it's coming up now, you know? Like, this is not something new. This has been going on for, like, since I've been doing drama. So for, like, the last 3.5 years, this has been going on, this discussion. And just now is it getting a lot of heat. So I would like to know in the comment section below, what do you think about that? Like, do you think it's like inappropriate that people should not be? I mean, I wouldn't personally contact a company. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. But I would be interested to know what you guys think as consumers in the comment section below. Okay, so I got this comment and somebody said, just FYI, I don't think James does sponsored content like others do. Also, he doesn't really review products on his channel, so I don't think Elf would have even thought to reach out to James. Now, Chipotle might have, but they wouldn't be responsible for the review of the makeup, just the licensing. Okay, so two things that I think that need to be clarified about this statement. For anybody out there that doesn't know this or doesn't remember, literally the initiation of the disintegration of the friendship between Tati Westbrook and James Charles was over James Charles doing a collaboration. It was over him doing a sponsorship for Sugar Bear Hair. That was literally the beginning, okay, of Dramageddon. That is what started this entire thing that has happened, okay? So yes, James Charles absolutely 100% does do collaborations. The other thing you have to remember, and you can go back and watch the video, James Charles and Tati Westbrook, again, did a video where they went, and it was like a supermarket sweep kind of thing, but it was at Sephora, and they went shopping, and they bought all this stuff, whatever, right? And in there was where James discussed and showed it, okay, that how it is cheaper for companies to use influencers, because at the time, Marlene Estelle had come out, and there was a huge, from Makeup Geek, there was a huge, because she said that she couldn't afford to pay influencers upwards of $50,000. I think that was the number that she put out there, right? This is important because I think people forget this when we talk about the history of what has happened, okay? So Marlene Estelle came out and she made this number. James Charles had a huge issue with Marlene Estelle coming out and saying that, right? He even, when we want to talk about people going to sponsors and things like that, he even had an issue with the fact that Netflix was doing a documentary with Marlene Estelle. Do you guys remember this? James Charles himself, okay? Who people are protecting over these sponsorships. He had beef with Netflix for doing this documentary with Marlene Estelle. We cannot forget how things went down in the past, okay? Now, I'm not saying that people don't grow from their mistakes. I hope that they do, you know? But I think it's important to remember this. And I'll talk about the growing from our mistakes in just a second. So James Charles and Tati did this video, and James showed, okay, how, like, if you hire the influencer and you pay them, let's say $200,000 or whatever, right? But, like, you get this, you get this, you get this. They use their own editing. They use their own this. So it's cheaper than if you were actually going to go hire, like, a traditional actor. You would have to hire, you know, a place to shoot it, camera crew, editing. Then you would also have to buy the space, you know, on whatever. And basically what he was doing was defending the high rates that these big influencers make. That's exactly what it was. James Charles 100% does do sponsored content, okay? Period. End of story. Not to mention that you have to remember, and I think that we kind of get away from remembering this sometimes, and I was actually watching somebody else's video. It was Mark Miller, so he's completely out of this field. But Mark Miller is a YouTuber, vlogger, and he has like cards and artwork that he does. And he was saying in there, like, this video is sponsored by my artwork, and he showed his website and stuff like that. And I thought, this is such like an authentic and just genuine way to be completely transparent about, hey, I'm selling you guys something. I'm selling you my artwork, and so this video is literally sponsored by my artwork because I'm hoping that you'll come over and sell it. And I was really impressed with it. Don't for 1 second think that when James Charles uses his palette with Morphe in a video, that video isn't indirectly sponsored by Morphe, because the money that he's making off of that is money that he's showing how to use this palette, the only palette that you ever need to have in your entire life, okay? So it's still a collaboration that he has with Morphe. I think people forget all of these things, okay? This is why it's so important to disclose, because if you went back and looked over the last 2 years of James Charles content, I don't know if he always discloses or not. I've looked, and listen, they hide the word hashtag ad on Instagram. That's all you have to do. They'll hide it in a story real low. I also remember that James Charles did this whole skincare line. It was when he flew to New York City. I wanted this skincare stuff, and it was like this whole skincare line. I don't remember who it was, and and it was an ad. So yes, that's the second collaboration that I know that he's done, okay? There's been a lot of collaborations that James Charles has done. There's been a lot of integrations and sponsorships that he's done, okay? The other thing is that you have to remember this, is that when we're talking about this Chipotle versus Elf situation, James Charles himself said, I was sent this, okay? It was PR from Elf. Elf is hoping that he will open it on camera and that he will show it. I don't know if he was paid. I don't know if it was a sponsorship. I don't know if it was a collaboration. But it's a hell of a lot of views to bring attention to this Chipotle-Elf collaboration, okay? So Elf sent him that as PR. PR, that's free makeup that he's being sent. I don't care how much money he has in the bank. It's still free makeup that he's being sent, okay? And saying, please show this in a video. So, I mean, we have to remember that as well. Did y'all get sent PR? Did y'all get the free Elf Chipotle palette? You didn't. I didn't get it either, okay? So, and I'm not asking for it, and I don't want it, because I wouldn't use it anyway. It'd just sit on my chair until I gave it away to somebody, which is why I say I don't want PR, okay? And also, I want to be able to speak freely about these people. But let's just be honest, it was PR that he reviewed, okay? So I think that's important when we talk about James Charles and his sponsorship stuff. I think it's important that we don't forget what has happened before, because this is what people are banking on, that you won't remember the stories correctly, okay? It's what Jeffree Star banks on. I know it's what Shane Dawson is banking on. It's what all the big influencers are banking on, that people won't remember exactly how it went down. Now, I have no problem getting in a video like I said, and I talked about Manny and I talked about Laura, and showing that these people have really, really grown and seen it through their actions. I love a good comeback story. I do, you know? I love to see somebody come from their adversity or their tragic times and make it out on top and become a role model to other people or come a learning experience. You know, it's like Jeffree Star put up on his, hold on a second. He put up on his Instagram, which I'm going to show you his Instagram story today in a second, but he put, those people who tried to bury you didn't know you were a seed, okay? And so basically what he's saying is that he is a seed and that he is teaching people from his experience and his lessons. No, you're not, Jeffree. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're not, because you haven't learned from your own mistakes, okay? If you would show people what you had learned and who you were, then maybe you could pass that on to other people. But you're not showing any growth. You're not showing that you've changed as a person. So to me, we're not seeing any kind of growth through. I actually, I said something in a video. I didn't even really realize I had said it. And then one of my favorite people in the world, Jessica Kent, she knows I love her, and she's part of the prison community. But she also talks a ton about recovery, and her channel is very, very important. I'll link it below, so go check out Jessica Kent. I love her so much. Jessica noticed, or she commented on something that I said in my video, and she highlighted it, like she put it in quotations, and I guess I said, I want everyone to be successful, but sometimes you need to go through things and come through on the other side. And she put blue heart and 100%. And I'm like, that's exactly it. And if I can share any message on my channel, that's what it is. It's like, I'm not into giving up on people. I'm not into canceling people. Like I always say, you are the ones that choose who you cancel or not by not watching their videos anymore. Okay, I'm not into all of that. I hope for each of these people that they continue to grow and become better versions of themselves. I want that for myself, okay? I'm no perfect version, all right? I screw up and make mistakes all the time. I will continue to screw up and make mistakes, right? But I want to get up and I want to grow from it. You know, one of the things I have to say I love, and we're going to talk about Jaclyn Hill in just a second, but one of the things I do love about Jaclyn Hill is that when she was going through all this, like her mom came out and made some statement about, you know, I know she'll rise from the ashes and, you know, from this. And Jaclyn said something about falling on her face and getting back up. And at the time, it was kind of like, well, let's see what you do with it, girl, okay? I think she has done that. I think Jaclyn has shown, you know, that she's trying to grow from all this. She did this ad campaign over these lipsticks that she could have just put out there. She knew she was going to get negativity either way, right? She knew that people were going to say stuff about the hairy lipsticks and on and on and on. We knew that, all right? We all knew that. The second that she decided to put out lipsticks, people were going to come for and they were going to say stuff about the hair and the past lipsticks. She already knew that, okay? Hair and mold, hair and mold, hair and mold. Hell, people already got their microscopes out ready to look at this stuff, okay? But the way that she intertwined what she had gone through into her ad campaign of sharing, like, we all make mistakes, but, like, I want to be a role model for you can continue to follow your dreams. I love that she did that. It was owning what she had been through. We've never seen that with Jeffree Star, okay? Jeffree Star, he does that, and then he comes out and says, I've been down, so I did a $200,000 shopping spree, you know? Or, like, we're not going to talk about this. What we're not going to talk about is this. God forbid Jeffree Star or Shane Dawson or one of these people actually show what kind of growth they've gone through as a gift to their audience, right? To show their audience, you too can make it out. Yeah, I've made screwed up decisions. Can you imagine if Jeffree Star got on video and said, listen, you guys, okay? Nobody's going to tell me who I'm going to be friends with. And I don't like what Hair by Jay did to Trisha. I don't like the way that he talked to her. I don't like what he said. But we sat down and we had a conversation. And I'm sorry, but Hair by Jay's been a friend of mine for a really, really long time. And I'm not going to just get rid of a friend because of public perception of what went down when people don't know half the story behind the scenes. I'm just saying this, okay? I'm making it up. But, you know, he's going to continue to be my friend. And maybe he's going to do an update video that's coming out tomorrow or the next day. Maybe that's what he'll say. I hope, you know. But if he came out and he said that and said, I'm not going to just throw away friends, which we already know he does, okay? I'm not going to just throw away friends over the situation that happened. And I'm sorry that it appears that I'm supporting him, but I don't support what he said. But, you know, whatever. I wouldn't agree with that because I don't think that you should just throw friends away for that. I don't, okay? And I don't agree with necessarily what we would said, but I would have looked at that and be like, damn, how authentic, you know, how real. Instead of when push comes to shove, he puts out a tweet and says, you know, like, good morning to everybody except for the guy that used to do my hair, shining everybody on to make you think that he fired this wig guy, to 2 weeks later coming out and showing that he didn't. You're a liar. That's what you've shown, okay? And when people show you who they are, believe it, because they know themselves much better than you do. The Maya Angelou quote. You know, so yeah, he's shown that he's a liar, you know? And he came out in this, so let's float into Jeffree Star now. Woo! Yes, I do get this heated talking about Salt Lake City, Orange County, Beverly Hills, New York, and Atlanta. I do, okay? And what I'm referencing is the Real Housewives. And this, to me, is like the Real Housewives of the booty guru. The booty guru. Do you remember when I used to say that back in the day, that a bunch of other people said it? I'm like, I'm not saying anymore. But the beauty guru influencer community. Can you imagine if there was a Real Housewives of all that? But anyway, so let's go into Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star came out in an Instagram story, and this is what he had to say.
Guys, I am about to film a brand new video, and I'm filming it by myself for the first time ever. We'll explain that in a minute, but there's been a lot of craziness happening in my life. 2021 has started very insane, and I haven't uploaded in a few weeks, and I haven't had the ability to. There's been a lot of shifts and changes, and it's time to sit down and just talk. I miss just and talking to you guys, so 20,000 deep breaths. Be right back. All right, I'm gonna go relax and just plan some makeup. I have so many things that came in the mail today from Sephora, a lot of PR. I can't wait to review the new e.l.f. And Jacqueline's formula. They're fucking stunning, just for the record. I know you guys know that, but bitch. But yes, I filmed my own video today. It will be up in a day or two, and I hope you guys just listen and watch, and I'm ready.
Okay, so I just want to say, before we get any further on this video, that I know it's hard to believe, but I filmed my own video today. Congratulations, Jeffree. I'm very proud of you for sitting down and actually filming your own YouTube video. You're a YouTuber! Welcome to our world, you know? But anyway, which is crazy about that to me, because if you remember back, do you remember Jeffree Star would sit at the computer and he used to show like him hitting the publish button on his videos? If you're an old stan of Jeffree Star, because that's like from 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, he used to do that, right? In fact, he used to do this whole thing where he would come out and he would say notification squad. He was like one of the first people that did that, right? I know, because I started putting blue hearts on my videos, because he would do that. He'd say like drop a skull in the comment section below, and he would do that on Snapchat. Well, I started doing that, and it worked. It totally did, you know? People would start watching their video because they would see it, and they'd be like, oh, blue hearts. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do it on Twitter today. Watch. I'm going to put notification squad blue heart on my new video, and I'm going to get you a watch. In the comment section, go look right now. I bet you there's a bunch. I should probably do something other than a blue heart, shouldn't I? Like, because everybody does blue. They know blue hearts. That's my favorite thing. I love it so much. Let's do, I don't know, some kind of, summer emoji. I'll do a summer emoji. Okay, so any kind of summer emoji, drop it in the comment section below, but I'm gonna put it on my notifications too and watch. Everybody will come over there and they'll drop it, because people are so nice. They are, you know? But anyway, I mean, he was doing all that back in the day, so that makes me realize that he was more involved then. But yes, I've known that he has had a videographer and an editor, and most of these people do, okay? I'm not like, he's no different than anybody else. And I will say this, I hope something tragically hasn't happened, and there's some reason why he had to film the video today. I hope not. I think that will be very, very sad. You know, it's interesting to me. I was kind of thinking about this before. I'm like stretching out my leg because my leg hurts. Hi. But I was thinking about this before I sat down today. It's like, you know, Jeffree Star does this thing where he comes out with these update videos. He's like, guys, like, it's been a really crazy 2021, and there's a lot to talk about, okay? And then he gets on video and he talks about things that he knows that people are sympathetic and relatable to, okay? He talks about, like, I don't know, he'll say, like, he won't say who, but he'll say, like, there's been family stuff going on. Or he'll say something about, like, we got a new dog, you know? And all of these things that are relatable and sweet, and people are like, oh, I like Jeffree because of this, right? And in fact, when I watched Jeffree back in the day, it was those things. It was his relatability, even though he was like on this huge level, okay? That like, oh my God, he was just a normal person that, you know, followed his dreams and got rich and famous, right? And I think that's what a lot of people still like about him today. So it was his relatability facts of being like an actual human being mixed with kind of like the glamour of it all, which was really cool. Okay. But the reality is, he has fallen more into the glamour and less interested in YouTube, and he's not so relatable to me anymore. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out in this update video. Like I said, I hope it's nothing horrible. I hope it's nothing tragic. I mean, I don't wish that on anybody. I wish for all of these people to just be successful. I really, really do. I'm not talking about successful. And if anybody has said this to you and they have misguided you, okay, that, you know, success is not based on how much money you have in your pocketbook or in your bank. It just isn't, okay? And, you know, some of the happiest times I've ever had in my entire life was when I had the least amount of money. And I had the most appreciation for just the simple things in life, right? You know, sometimes the happiest and wisest people that I have known are people that have very, very little or have a lot and they don't seem to have a lot. You know what I mean? But they're just focused on the things that don't matter. And like I say, that doesn't mean that you can't like a Louis Vuitton purse or you can't want, you know, like a Balmain outfit or a Lamborghini. It doesn't mean any of that, okay? You can like those things as long, and I was just talking about this in my vlog. My mom used to say to me, it's okay to like all of those things, just don't define your life by it. Because when you're sitting in a pink vault, surrounded by all of your, you know, like Birkins, what's said of your life? Like, that's sad, right? Like, that's sad. And I wouldn't want that for anybody. I would love for Jeffree Star to be able to sit down and do some real evaluation on himself. And I would love for Jeffree Star to have to sit in a room with my sponsor, okay? Because she would let him have it. She would deep dive so hard that he would come out of there as a changed person. And anybody that knows my sponsor knows that to be true. But no, I mean, I want that for anybody. You know, I want anybody to grow. And I would love for Jeffree Star to get in a video that I could actually sit here and say, man, he is a changed person. Like, he is not who I thought he was. And, you know, now I can see how he can be a role model for other people. And he is a seed that's been planted, you know? And he is teaching people. Wow, like, that is so cool. And he's super successful on top of that. And he's showing people, you know, you can grow as a human being and you can be financially successful and you can travel the world and you can have people around you that love you, because the reality is he doesn't, because he doesn't treat people very well, you know? And it's sad to me. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, I do want to tell you, I did a little research. Oh, you guys, I was so bitter. I sat on my reading glasses, my very expensive Caddis reading glasses, okay? They're fine. They're okay. They're a little crooked, but I was not happy about it. I have more than one pair, but I was still not happy about it. So anyway, I wanted to talk about, I went into Jeffree Star's videos because he said he hadn't had a video that came out in 3 weeks. And so I was looking at it and I was like, okay, this is interesting. He hasn't had a video that's come out in 3 weeks. He must not be posting videos. And honestly, going into it, and this is where I'm saying that I can be objective, I thought he only posts videos anymore when he's doing releases, because I had said that in the past and I had proven it to be true and I showed it, right? And this is where I think that, like, you know, when you grow and you are improving, that people need to notice that, you know, and we need to acknowledge that as well. And then I compared it to Jaclyn Hill, because Jaclyn Hill is somebody that definitely gets called out for only doing videos when she has a release coming out. And she has a video that's coming out, I believe, tonight. She's releasing her reveal of her lipsticks. So, which, by the way, did you notice that in Jeffree Star's video, he said, he made it very clear that Sephora sent him a bunch of stuff and said something about Jaclyn's lipstick, the formula. I couldn't really understand it, which I thought was interesting, because in the series with Shane Dawson, didn't he say the lipstick sucks? So, and he said, we shouldn't be surprised. Did I hear that wrong? Is he talking about Jaclyn Hill's formula? Well, I know he's not talking about Jackie Aina up in there, something positive about her. We know that, okay? So anyway, history, like I said again. So he must be talking about Jaclyn Hill's lipsticks, and he said something like the formula is fantastic, and of course we know that. Didn't you come out in the series and drag those lipsticks that you never came out publicly and did that before until the series? But now Jaclyn, if I were Jaclyn, I wouldn't have sent those lipsticks to him after that series. But anyway, I thought that was interesting, and basically what he's saying is, Jaclyn still supports me and so does Sephora. Well, why wouldn't they? I mean, you have a huge following. They want people to, you know, if Jeffree Star approves these lipsticks, there are a lot of people out there that still love Jeffree Star that will buy Jaclyn's lipsticks that wouldn't normally before. So it's a smart move. So anyway, we'll see if do you think he'll do a whole, like, video about Jaclyn's lipsticks? So I went in here and I looked, and he released the Cavity Palette and Blood Sugar Anniversary Collection 2 weeks ago. Then the e.l.f. Mint Melt Makeup is at Jeffree Star approved 3 weeks ago. Supreme Gloss by Jeffree Star Cosmetics 1 month ago. I got canceled again, so I had a $200,000 shopping spree 1 month ago. Meet My New Puppy 1 month ago. $68 Gucci Foundation is at Jeffree Star approved. So the reality is, no, in the last 2 months, he hasn't just been posting videos when he has launches. Before that, yes, in the last year, he had been posting videos almost only when he was having launches, but not in the last 3 months, 2 to 3 months. He hasn't. So maybe what that tells me is Jeffree Star is like getting more interested in YouTube again. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what he has to say in his update video. I will tell you though, when I went over to Jaclyn Hill's last video was 3 weeks ago, Flirty Feminine makeup tutorial. Then before that, Jaclyn Hill holiday decor tour. That was a cool video, actually. That was 2 months ago. Winter must-haves, 2 months ago. My Crunchwrap Supreme is better than Taco Bell's, 3 months ago. Get ready with me, fall makeup and brand update, 3 months ago. So in the last 3 months, she's posted 5 videos. Come on, Jaclyn, okay? And here's the thing. I love Jaclyn. I'm trying so hard. I mean, as a person, I really, really like Jaclyn. Like, I feel like, I know that people are going to be like, what? Listen, I got a stepmother that's 20 years younger than my dad, okay? Jaclyn could be my sister. She really could, okay? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, Jaclyn, please, please. I just want this to be so successful for you. So I'm glad that she's doing the reveal because she hasn't done a reveal on her last couple launches that she's had, and I don't understand why. Except for that, I think that this is the kind of stuff that drives Jaclyn crazy. Is like, well, if I do a launch, then people will say, if I do a reveal video, then people will say, well, you only do a video when you're doing a reveal. And if I don't do a reveal video, then people will say, well, you didn't do a reveal video over this. So what do? Screw it. I'm just not going to do a video. And I really think that's what happens to her. And I think at some point, like this is where I talk about, like with all these YouTubers, what's fascinating to me is not necessarily the drama. What's fascinating to me is the motives behind the scene, okay? What makes Jeffree Star tick? What makes Shane Dawson tick as a human being? What makes Jaclyn Hill tick, right? If I were going to give Jaclyn some advice, if she reached out to me and she was sitting right here and she said, what do you think I should do as far as posting videos? I'd say, girl, they're not going to be happy either way. So do what you want to do, right? But I do think it would be a great look if you could at least put up one video a week. Like, you can't put up one video a week. Are you that busy in the office? Because I know she's not. She can't be, right? We see a lot of Instagram footage, Jaclyn, because of you. Do a lot of Instagram footage of you sitting on the couch. And what I don't understand is this, okay? Have Jordan just film you on the couch going, looking through Amazon shopping or whatever and do a video called, I think there's too much thought that goes into it. It's like they can't, like on my Peter Does Stuff channel, I get very, very nervous because it's just silly little videos like me making coffee or laying in bed talking about a snow globe or something like that. I think they overthink this stuff. And then Jaclyn's like, well, I can't just do a video of me laying on a couch doing my hair the way that I want to do these braids tonight or whatever. Yes, you absolutely could. People would eat that up. People would love that. You know? And in all reality, that is kind of what Laura Lee did that got her back on top. She started showing her family. She started showing her just doing stuff with Tyler, you know, and Aaron and things like that. And then you got to start seeing the real Laura Lee. And I think that if Jaclyn did that, if Jaclyn took her Instagram story and put a lot of it on video, people would eat it up. They really would. And they would be like, she is relatable. And this is the Jaclyn I love. I consistently get this comment about Jaclyn Hill. Jaclyn Hill is who taught me to do makeup originally. She's the one I watched back in the day, right? People fell in love with Jaclyn back in the day. They want to fall in love with her all over again. She got a lot of great comments yesterday. Now, people are saying she's deleting things off the Twitter or off the Instagram. I don't know about all that. But anyway, I want all these people to be successful. So, all right, well, I'm going to get off here now. I'm going to put this video up, and I'm going to go have dinner with my husband. So I love you guys, and I will see you. Tell it to my heart. Tell me I'm the only one. Love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.